Welcome back to another episode of Roll for Coffee, where we let the dice and our little chip friend decide our coffee. Today we have a new and exciting episode, and we're trying something that I've never had before, like any other day. So sit back, relax, and let's have some coffee. First, we gotta figure out if it's gonna be hot or iced today. Oh, and it's gonna be iced. That means we're gonna be making this in our beautiful Snack Network glass. Next up, let's figure out our coffee style. That is a 3, cloud coffee. Haven't had one of those before. For that cloud coffee, let's figure out our brewing method. Violently throw down that dice. That is a 10. We're going to be using instant coffee. So it's later in the day, so we're going to be using a decaf instant coffee and just a little bit of water and maybe a flavor we'll find out later. And then we're going to froth this up till it can't froth no more. Just look at how cool that looks. It's like a solid foam. Next up, let's figure out what our milk's going to be. That's a 12. It's going to be oat milk. We're going to be using Pacific Foods organic plant-based beverage. And we're going to froth that up like we did our coffee before until it can't no more. And then put it right in our cup. Wow, look at those clouds of foam. Next up, let's figure out our flavors. That's a 6, which is going to be lavender syrup. Our lavender syrup is going to be Zero Sugar Lavender by Torani. And we're going to use about half an ounce, and we're actually using that to help froth our coffee as we did before. Next up is our Wild Magic. So we got a 9, which is going to be cinnamon. And our cinnamon is Stone Mill from Aldi. Just a delicious cinnamon. And we're going to do just a few shakes right on top. And we got a re-roll, so we got to do a little bit more Wild Magic. We got a 1, which is peanut butter, which is going to be Torani sugar-free peanut butter syrup. And it's just going to go right on top, which will make its way into the drink. And we have a 12, which is allspice. Our allspice is going to be McCormick organic allspice. And it's going to act more like a topping, just being right on top. And then finally, our toppings. And that's a 9. Honey. Our honey is going to be Kirkland Organic Raw Honey. One of the best kind of honeys. Mine's a little bit crystallized, but that never hurt anybody. And we're going to do a nice squeeze right on top of that drink. And then we're going to give it a try. I feel like one final mix would be our best bet to get all this stuff mixed in. I've never had a cloud coffee until this moment. I've avoided it. I don't know why. It looks super cool. And I feel like we got to call this one living on cloud 9. What else can you call a cloud coffee? I feel like I could eat this with a spoon. Cheers. That is an interesting experience because there's so much air incorporated into this. It's the most intense version of a cappuccino you could explain to me. It's so light and airy and fluffy. God, I love this texture. Think cold foam, but it is the coffee. Best version. I love the combination of cinnamon and the allspice. I really don't get a lot of that peanut butter. I assume that's all the way down here and I really have to work for it. The lavender, I'm not really getting either. There's a little in there in the milk, but really it's just a beautiful, fragrant coffee. I'm thoroughly impressed. I really think that the lavender just works well with those other spices and creates this just beautiful fluff of a coffee. But wow, I am truly living on cloud 9 with this, and I am so sad that I've been living under a rock of cloud coffee. My goodness, is this tasty. The overall texture is amazing. Whoa. So finally getting down to the bottom and getting that cinnamon peanut butter punch. My goodness, is that a new experience.